Hello, hello, friends. Good morning, good evening. This is Yonks, and we are coming live to you on a very new channel here, Token Summit DAO, and very excited for what we're going to be building here through this virtual summit. And the goal is to create an amazing event, a 3-day event, where we're looking to have that as a completely free dynamic for those that participate live on the 3 days, the 21st, the 22nd, and then the 23rd. And as you can see here on the screen, we are talking about DAO Day 2022. So let's just jump right in. This is a working group, and I'm going to go through who we've got on the live stream with us. So we've got Mrs. Yonks, we've got Jay-Z, Blurs, D-Sign, and Julie. Would anybody like to chime in here and say hi? Quick introduction.
Hey, how's it going? This is Blurs Day. Just want you to know that 2/22/22 is also on a Tuesday.
Tuesday. We have a friend from another server who is the most high energy person in the world. Like I feel like one of those Marvel movies where somehow like all the energy on Earth gets sucked into one person. It's going to be in this guy, and I'm hoping that he will make us a MP3 of Tuesday that we can all make the ringer on our phone, and that'd be wonderful.
I think I now have a POAP for Mrs. Yonks after that.
Do you? That'll be terrible. Okay, wonderful. Okay. White Hat, are you able to introduce yourself? And apologies for this meeting being in the middle of the night. Okay, are you able to introduce yourself? Oh,
yeah, he unmuted.
White Hat, are you back?
Yeah, hey guys, it's very early in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I'll probably skip, but I'm listening to you guys. Thanks.
Okay, we'll skip the intro on you. Amy, are you able to introduce yourself?
Yeah, this is Amy in a snowy Memphis afternoon. So I'm really excited about this DAO Day that we have. So let's just keep moving.
Cool. Julie, are you able to introduce yourself or no? Okay, Julie, super glad you're on the team. So valuable, everything that you add to us. D-Sign, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I could.
Did you want to do that?
I'm D-Sign. I do a little bit of everything. I'm a developer at heart, but I also like getting involved in organization and community planning and just whatever has the shiniest objects dangling around it at the time.
Excellent. You and Jason are spirit animals that way. Jay-Z, welcome to the team. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Me?
No, Jay-Z, Juan Lang.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, never mind. Ignore me. I was on mute.
Okay, I don't know if he's available. We'll come back to you if you are. We want to thank Jay-Z for stepping up on another DAO that we're in, offered to translate all their materials into Chinese. So super valuable. Hopefully when Token Town and Token Summit and all of our projects at Retoken and Triple Win Foundation go international, we would love to reach out to our friends in China. So super excited about that. Okay, Jason, back to you.
Well, fabulous. I don't think we got most of the agenda transposed over to this, and this is one of the fun things that we're going to be learning here at Token Summit that we haven't had much exposure with for those that have been doing all the building over at Retoken. And this is functionally a page on the Triple Win Foundation DAO, and that's probably a good segue. I've shown this before. I'm going to show it here real quick again. And this is where Token Summit is going to sit under the Triple Win Foundation. And that'll become, and this is one of the things that we can decide as far as the tokenomics and the revenue share, but the goal is to create a sustainable organization and some of these other things that we've talked about in the past, like Our Home Cooperative, like creating a cooperative housing NFT. And that's one of the things that we're going to be talking more about, because we believe that Retoken can be the vehicle for tokenizing a lot of these, especially like the cooperative housing dynamic, which is hopefully we'll have a high concentration of in Token Town. So that's kind of just like the vision as far as Triple Win Foundation, where we can really create a sustainable dynamic and provide all of the expertise that we bring as a team to launch these other vehicles and have this strong synergy for creating triple win situations, win, win, win. And those of you that know, that's something that Mrs. Yonks and I talk about regularly, as far as making sure that everybody in that situation comes out a winner. So that's just to provide a little bit of context here, and going back to the Notion page. So this is structured as a page under Triple Win Foundation. This is literally the first project that we're going to be spending time on. And this is one of the things that we're going to be learning as far as from a user management best practices. So does anybody have any questions or thoughts as far as the Notion topic specifically?
Desan, I know you have the most expertise out of all of us in Notion. So whatever you have, we'd love to hear.
I love Notion. I was thinking, so I have this really nice template that I found for project managing. It's it's like kind of like this master Trello board that allows you to spin up smaller Trello boards on the fly. I use it for my personal stuff, and I'm slowly getting Creator DAO outfitted with that. And if you guys want to take a look at it, I can show you guys how it works, and maybe we can see if that's something we want to utilize here too.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The reason that I like setting everything up in Notion is that I think Notion really, you can do everything you need to for productivity in Notion, as long as you take the time to get all the databases and stuff set up. But I think it's worth it in the end.
Okay, well, if you think you can make that work with the short time frame we've got, then let's make it work.
Yeah, please share the design.
Yeah, I can. The template that I found is free and has a duplicate button on it, so we can just spin it up immediately.
Awesome. Well,
is it possible for you to share it live?
Yeah.
Share your screen.
You want to, here, let me promote you to co-host here. I don't know if it's necessary or not. I'll stop my screen share.
All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so this is Ultimate Tasks for Notion, and it has all these different views up here, and I'll get to these in a second. But the like main centerpiece of this is this projects view, and this is what I was saying about how you can spin up a new Trello board. So I can just click new here, and let's see, we'll name it Token Summit website. And then I just click on this project template down here, and we can worry about that icon later, but it'll spin up this task table down here. And you can do board view with the traditional to do, doing, and done. And then you can also set it up with categories. So this one is set up for like a website, actually, yeah. Security for the website, enhancements on the website, just different stuff to put on the website. I like this thing a lot. Although to be fair, I just started using it in the last week, so I haven't had a chance to go through it all and discover all of its hidden strengths and weaknesses yet. But so far, it's been pretty nice.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you putting that together. And I know you said you don't have the time to learn as much for WordPress, but the reason why I brought up a website was I have been talking to lots of different people about Token Summit in very informal sponsorship conversations pending what you guys think. And the number one question I get is, oh, send me whatever you have, your brochure or your website or whatever. So I would like to, it doesn't have to be perfect, but if there is something that we can get a framework built on that I can start filling in content, or we can all start filling in content. No expectation that one person builds the whole website. I basically just need some frame that I can start filling stuff in, and that we all can.
Yeah, I can get that online for us. That's no problem. I think the getting it to look pretty through the appropriate WordPress theme is the opportunity and the challenge. So I'll take that as a action item to get the tokens, and we're at tokensummit.xyz on this one, right?
Yes, I believe so. And if any of you guys have front end devs in your network that would like, our need is kind of threefold. We need Token Summit XYZ, and then we also need Token Town, and then we also need Retoken or RET.team. So
all WordPress themes.
All WordPress.
I had some input on this. This is what I started to talk about before we went live. I think that we have the opportunity. We've had a lot of DAOs reaching out to us through, multiple people in the DAO, asking about different solutions that they do for different things. We all have a lot of experience setting up different things. Like, I'm really good with the Discord stuff. Jason has all this live stream stuff set up. I mean, I can't even touch any of Tyler's organizational skills. I just saw White Hat set up like a Git book and an Airtable seemingly overnight. So we have a lot of strengths here, and I think that we can create like a profit center. I think this is what Jason called it earlier, where we have like courses or something for all these tools. And I think that we could even set up like some kind of tool that automatically takes like somebody's disorganized mess and puts it in all of these tools for them. I think like long-term, that could be something that 3Win DAO offers. It's a project that I've been thinking about called Web 2 to 3Win. And but what I think we should do for the short term, like to get the Token Summit ready on February 22nd, is to do a quick and dirty WordPress theme. And then I wanted to talk to the DAO about maybe partnering with White Hat to get this more legit website built out in React that we can customize down to the pixel.
Yeah, White Hat, what do you think?
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, D-Sign is also a leading position among our ranks in the White Hat, so he can speak for White Hat without asking me, so that's fine. So thank you, D-Sign, and yeah, we would be happy to partner with the Retoken DAO, and wherever Jason and Taylor goes, we will be there too. Thank you.
Cool. Shout out to Amy for repping White Hat on Clubhouse, always promoting the team everywhere she goes. The best.
And of course, Amy is always with us. Amy is a great part of our team as well. So thank you, Amy.
Sending love to everyone. That's how I am. So yeah, I'll promote anything.
Team, love it. Super excited to have you guys all on the team. Okay, so Jason, could you please pull up that PDF that I sent you earlier?
Yeah, did we get everything needed from I think that we should absolutely throw this on. So if you want whatever you need, I think you've got the admin access on the 3Win DAO Notion. And one of the things too, and I don't know if you want to drive this D-Sign, but I would really like to have the conversation. I'm going to go ahead and fire up my screen share here. I don't think you have to stop yours.
So D-Sign, can you throw something first, or Jason, were you going to? I guess
yeah, let me do this real quick here, because one of the opportunities that we have, I think, is to have the conversation early with like the upgrade here, the enterprise level. And this is something that Bankless DAO is looking at, because I think the opportunity to like just have less members and have more guests, and this is something that we're seeing deployed at BitDAO, where all of us that are ambassadors there at BIDL are just guests, but then like having less members that do the administration. So do you want to drive this conversation there, D-Sign, with the contact and the sales team at Notion, and see what this would look like for getting this online for Triple Win Foundation?
Yeah, definitely. I actually already have a line open with them. I just got them to pay for Creator DAO's Notion.
Nice. Yeah, and because this is something that fully anticipate using for like all of these projects over here. You know, all of these can leverage this Notion space, like Our Home Co-op and I-100 Club. And this is like, just to go off on a mini tangent, this is a investment club that I've been wanting to personally put online and start investing in for like literally months. So but going to focus right now on Token Summit, and then that'll be probably a February or March 2022 project, probably March, because it's going to be a monumental effort here that we're going to be putting forward to deliver. And this is one of the things I wanted to welcome Poopster to the Token Summit DAO. This is our first working group here, and welcome, sir.
Hey, thanks everybody. Glad happy to be here and see what's going. Check this out.
Indeed. So anyway, to keep on track here, going back, we don't have a lot of agenda. We were wanting this to kind of be a brainstorming session, but you wanted to go to this, right, Tyler?
Yeah, so again, this was something that I was hoping she'd be here today, but there's a girl I met in BitDAO. Her Discord name is Radiation, and she actually RSVP'd to this event. So, and I don't know, maybe she had a conflict, whatever. But anyway, she used to produce summits, and this was something that she gave me that I just thought was really good. And Jason, each of those things is a link. So the defined goals and all that, those are all hyperlinks. If you scroll up a little bit to get the basic framework in here, this first section, the basic framework. So I think a lot of this stuff is stuff that I want to make sure that we have as much as possible of this done, or at least open for discussion in this call. So my agenda for this entire meeting was just go through as much of this document as we can, make as many decisions as we can, and if not, assign research or follow up or whatever to get these decisions made as fast as we can so we can move forward, start filling in the blanks. Is that okay with everybody?
If we don't have an agenda, let's go ahead and do it.
Well, this actually was my agenda. This document was the reason why I called this meeting, the website, and then this document. So that this kind of was my agenda. I didn't have anything other than that, but if you guys do, then I'm happy to add in whatever we need to talk about.
So go
What's
back.
the timeline are we looking at to completion of the website, and what's the action item currently we are talking about? So website creation and?
Well, as soon as we can get a website online, and Jason, could you pull up, actually out here, I'll let you finish that.
Hey, Jason, I got the task board set up in there. If you look, yep. And I just made a host a token summit project we can use for this agenda to keep track of all the, yeah,
Right here.
there. Yep.
And then to do a new task, I just click on new.
Click on the new at the bottom of the table, actually, and it'll automatically like type it in as the best format. So it's the name of the task, and then it'll ask you the due date. And then once you click enter, you can click on the task itself, and it opens up a new page that represents the task. It's like a card. Gotcha.
So this would be like find or obtain 3 RFPs for WordPress theme builders. And this is a multiple opportunity too. So when I say 3 RFPs, that's like a request for proposal. And I think that we have the opportunity for Token Summit DAO, or let's just put XYZ. The other one is ret.team, and then tokentown.net. So it's not that somebody would have to deliver these. It's like if we like that person, that opportunity exists because we've got this proposal over here for Retoken, which is the allocation of the Polygon ecosystem DAO give grant. And right now, the option B is currently strong signal, which would be to allocate 50% to Token Summit DAO and then 25% of this. And this is approximately, like Matic right now is over $2. So this would be a 2,500 budget. And I'm not saying that we would need to allocate all of that, but I think getting some proposals from people that have done WordPress themes. So I don't know, does somebody want to take this as an action item for finding our 3 RFPs on the WordPress themes?
I think if can White Hat Company do it, or we have to put it out there as an RFP?
It's actually crucial to
I think we would, that if they wanted to do one, if that's something within White Hat's wheelhouse or whatever partnerships that they have, that would be one of the 3. But I would really, in order to just be fair and then provide a solid, proposal process, I think getting 3 would be the most responsible for us. But going back to the question, is there somebody that wants to be the driver on this task? I'm going to make this a high priority.
You can also set it up with a subtask if you click on the open there. And then if you scroll down a little bit. So by default, whenever you make something, Notion automatically makes it just a blank template page. But if you look down there, it says task with subtasks. If you scroll down a little bit, see where it says task with subtasks, and click that. That will create a new task table below it that has all of its subtasks. And those subtasks will be visible in the all task list with all of the other ones.
So that would be like if somebody wanted a subtask for each one or something like that to complete the 3.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I know that WordPress has a lot of out-of-the-box themes that are free. What's the benefit of doing a custom one? I've never built a website before.
Just the opportunity of getting it, like having our own branding, for example, on that. So, and this is something that, the opportunity to potentially create a done for you service here for other projects. Because like the real opportunity is to make this as easy as possible for other DAOs to plug into, whether it's like, there's a long list of opportunities of DAOs or NFT projects, and the ability for us to say, hey, we can set up this WordPress site for you, which is a landing page, and then, potentially facilitate some type of like, NFT ticket design contest there internally. And this is just me thinking out loud, but, the more fun that we can make this and the easier that we can make this for other DAOs to leverage their community, because this truly does create a win-win-win situation, because we're talking about a free event, but then we're talking about an NFT upsell where people can get the replay rights, and then where that community would get the majority of those proceeds. And right now what we're talking is like an 80-20, and everything is always negotiable, but that is something that we thought would be a fair dynamic. But then also just like the ability for us to potentially create a package where we could spin this facility up for them, or if they wanted to do it themselves, we could have some documentation that shows how to do it. So just making this as easy as possible for either us doing it for other people to create a profit center for ourselves, like in a package deal. And
Hey Jason, can we got a lot to cover? Can we keep going on this?
Yeah, but that's relative to this though, because the ability for us to use this theme with other communities or have it modified is like something that is whoever is going to be taking this task on. I was looking here, DSign. Is there where do I assign this to somebody?
Click on the more properties at the bottom of that. Assignee, I think.
Gotcha.
Also, so with this, like, I'm wondering if this WordPress theme is what we need right now, because I'm trying to think, like, we have just a little over 4 weeks to get this whole thing organized and get it going. And I feel like building a WordPress site and getting a WordPress theme is it's just extraneous. I think we could do this all with Discord and Zoom.
Well, we need to have some landing page for the ticket sale to occur, because that's the big value proposition here is, and this is of course assuming we use unlocked protocol, but I do believe that there's some themes that we could use out of the box, and this is, I guess, potentially another task. But I think that, and until we have a conversation with WordPress theme builders, I think the opportunity to have this turned around in a short period of time is definitely within scope. It would be my expectation. But does anybody want to drive?
My concern is just the timeline of making a website, like how long it might take to get these WordPress theme quotes, and then
that's one of the reasons why I thought if we could find a free theme for, not for the other two, but for Token Summit only, so we can get it going, get it online. I've been starting to draft content, figure out what pages we need. The problem is that I'm trying to get sponsorships, and the first question they have is, what's your website? And a lot of these people are not just, they don't live on Discord. A lot of these people are corporate, or, I mean, a lot of them are, but they're, if I'm going to ask somebody for $500, whatever, if I'm asking somebody for 10,000, 25,000 more, whatever, we need to look professional. The other thing is, for the quality of speakers, I want them to know that this is going to be a high quality event.
what do we think about just throwing a website together on WordPress tonight? Might be painful to stumble through it, but I think we could figure it out.
No, we could definitely get it online. And there's a lot of themes, and we've got access to a theme. I'll pull that up here later. But yeah, we could definitely get it online. I'm not concerned about that. So yeah, let's just schedule like another working group as far as for the WordPress, and I'll see if we can get the what's it called, because we've got to update the DNS, because the website, and that takes a little bit of time for propagation is the DNS.
Yeah, we can do that as soon as this meeting's done, just to make sure that it's ready by the working group.
Sure.
Yep, absolutely. But no, I'm excited here to try out this ultimate tasks for Notion. So I will curb, and I'm gonna actually take this off the link here right now, because I would rather try to just use one tool for the task management. So look, just deleted. So that's exciting. So thanks for showing us that, and looking forward to seeing how we can use this to make task management in Notion more functional. So we wanted to go through, going back to this event planning guide, correct?
Yeah, so the first thing is defining the goals and the objectives. Are we all on the same page that we want to establish a forum for ideas and establish ourselves as expert facilitators, and to create interesting content, bridge a lot of communities? I mean, do we have any other goals? That those were all things that we've consistently been talking about.
Well, let's capture that somewhere, because that all sounded absolutely amazing. So did you have that written down somewhere, or are you just rattling some awesome ideas
I
out
just
there?
rabble. And
Is that off the top of your head? That was like pretty inspirational.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to write this shit down so I don't have to rewind the replay here, because that was solid gold you were dropping there.
That's amazing.
So where are we going to capture this here on the Notion? Event planning, we want to just call it event planning guidebook and then be real uncreative here. Guidebook. Exercise or whatever. And this was the goals and objectives. The why. Okay, so break down those nuggets again there, Tyler.
I'm going to try and remember now. To connect communities, to establish ourselves as experts, to provide all-in-one resources to our participants, to give or to be a profit center to the communities that want to be affiliates.
To partnered communities, is that a good verbiage?
Yeah, great. Anybody else have anything they want to throw on there?
I do have a question. When you talk about profit center, what exactly are you referring to?
So a profit center is a business term where in a corporation, a department that makes you money is a profit center. A department that costs you money is a cost center. So for example, your sales department should always be a profit center, because if your sales department should be bringing in more sales than your salespeople cost you. Your IT department is a cost center. You pay your IT department to do things and they don't bring in any money, but it's still important. So when I say a profit center, we're going to be an organization that brings in more money than we cost. So when we are doing these ticket affiliate sales, to be a profit center for like if Creator or OpenDAO or whatever DAO wanted to promote this thing, then they would get some high percentage of the whale passes. Anybody that comes in through their link, they would get a big percentage of that. It doesn't cost them anything to be an affiliate, and it brings money into their DAO. So that's what I mean by profit center. Does that make sense?
Yep, that's a pretty good idea, I think.
Yeah, so like White Hat DAO, you've already got a booming Discord server there, and let's say 10 people at White Hat DAO are like, man, sounds like an amazing dynamic. The solid gold that's getting dropped here during this 3-day virtual summit, I need the replay rights to those because I can't consume 24 hours of content within 3 days by attending the live event. So I'm going to pay whether that's the $100 or the $250 or whatever we determine the value proposition so that they can get that. So like in that case, like let's say it was 250 and 10 of those, so that would be 2,500. And then like on an 80-20 revenue split, whatever the numbers would be, like maybe I think that would be what would be 2,250 for and whatever. So that would be a profit center for White Hat DAO just by promoting this through the White Hat DAO community. And then again, where the opportunity for us to make it super easy with like providing either the education on how to deploy it or doing that as like a package dynamic where it's a profit center for us and a simple solution for the promoting or the partnered community. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, that's so that was number one on Profit Center. The other thing is, if the White Hat DAO ends up being on stage as a platform presenter or on a panel, we're hoping that, and I don't know what our technical capabilities will be to add, not subtitles, but you know, in the news when they have those banners, it says this is, you know, what I'm talking about, the banner at the bottom of the screen. I would like to have those if we can for all of our speakers. So if people say, man, I really want to be on, that guy's really on point, I want to talk to him, to drive potential people into those. And then the third thing is to provide a global experience, because we're going to be doing this in US business hours, and doing it as a virtual summit versus just a pure live only event gives people that so I mean, obviously White Hat, for you, we're going to be broadcasting for 3 days overnight, and that's not realistic for pretty much anybody who's not in North America. So we wanted to make this a global audience.
And we haven't finalized on what the schedule is going to be either. So that's still, you know, an ongoing opportunity to really, because we want to make this accessible for people, but again, also to be profit centers for the partnered communities. So I really like that. Thank you so much for bringing some well thought out goals and objectives to this. Does anybody have any other bullet points that we want to add before we move down the list here as far as a basic framework for the event? I will take that as and I'm going to just keep on going to make this a super simple dynamic. And maybe I should make this, let me do this. I'll do this as a basic framework of an event, and we'll do this was L1, and I'll make this a L2 heading into right here. And same thing for this guy, make this one a L2 heading, and establish a budget. And this is one of the things that wanting and most excited about is for creating the people that are doing some efforts on this. Because like we already talked about the retoken proposal here, that we're talking about allocating some of the funds, and then the opportunity to also create a solid proposal. And I don't know if I want to go into too much details as far as the budget right now, but I would love to hear some people's thoughts on this, and maybe even some ideas on fundraising too.
What was that, Blurs? You don't?
Oh, I don't want to go into details on budget. Sorry.
Okay, well then can we just put that our budget cap is going to be the 10 grand from Polygon, and then we can establish the rest of that kind of offline and keep going?
No, because the proposal here will be the 2222, which is functionally about 5 grand.
Okay, great. Then the max we're going to spend on this thing until something changes is 5 grand. And then we can work out the details on that later.
I would actually like to talk about getting Coordinate in place and just having some type of budget using Coordinate. And then like the goal is to also increase our funding. But I would like to, again, and this is something that I think most of the people have had some experience on. And one of the other things too, that wanting to have some conversations about, I'm going to put this as a heading 3 here real quick, Coordinate for team that is BUIDling Token Summit DAO. And then fundraising ideas.
So fundraising ideas are going to be likely 3 parts. 1, Whale Pass, or whatever whatever name we end up calling that, but some version of the pay to replay.
I'm going to call that Value Ladder NFT ticket sales.
Okay.
Like, i.e. replay rights, exclusive NFT, etc.
The second thing would be just direct sponsorship. either token swaps or cash or grants or whatever form that takes.
Token swaps, grants, etc.
And then the third thing would be, actually, no, let me take that back. The sponsorship, we should probably put sponsorship, token swaps, or cash or whatever, and then put grants in the third category. Because I think grants to make grants toward the organization of saying, because one of our goals is, assuming that this thing is successful, we would like to have these things a couple times a year or on some regular schedule. If we end up building up either an email list or a wallet list or a Discord name list or whatever, we're going to want to keep building a community around what we're doing. And so the next time we do this thing, it should be much, much easier to sell it out or make it bigger or introduce new ideas, do a speaker series. All that's easier when you have a known audience.
For sure. So what else did you want in here besides the sponsorship? Oh,
Just token swaps and just cash grants or cash sponsorships of whatever kind. Or and when I say cash, I'm including crypto or whatever, but just the same way that all conferences get sponsored and they say brought to you by whoever.
I think the affiliate marketing can go both ways. If any of our participants decided to work with any of our sponsors that were promoted during the conference, then we need to kind of set up also, you know, however percent you want to do it, like an affiliate marketing thingy. I don't know if you're okay with that one.
We absolutely love some type of affiliate marketing strategy and the opportunity for getting that established very soon, because like we all have connections within the space, and the opportunity to have a clearly defined parameter for bridging those connections here. You know, and like one of the things that we've been very loosely talking about is like a 80-20 revenue dynamic split, and the opportunity of getting more granular for doing some affiliate marketing to reward the people that facilitate the connections. That's something that I absolutely would love to get dialed in, because the sooner that we get this dialed in, the sooner that we can really start having some solid conversations with all of the opportunities that we and the connections that we have to leverage this opportunity. Because I think, go ahead.
Julie had a good question. Can NFTs have the possibility of royalties written into them directly to accomplish some of the affiliate marketing? This is probably a question for D-Sign or White Hat. Are you talking, Julie, about a smart hat recurring revenue? I think there was, I don't know if it was Apes or there was somebody who had a smart contract written in. Every time the NFT changed hands, that guy got some royalty as an artist. Is that what you mean? Or am I misunderstanding what you're talking about by royalties?
Yeah, I have a few NFTs that work like that, where stop it. Yeah, where basically every quarter I earn a 10% of the value of the NFT as the associated coin behind it.
Oh, that's a really interesting idea. I hadn't thought about that. Jason, can you put that on the list as something to talk to Unlock Protocol about, how that would look like, or White Hat or D-Sign, if you know about the smart contracts, how we would
so
do that?
This what you guys are describing is definitely possible, but I don't know if Unlock has it set up.
And that's where, you know, might use something on the front side of like WordPress for facilitating that. And, you know, that is, I think, the ability to overcomplicate this, you know, and those conversations can definitely unfold. I think the simpler that we can keep it, and then let those conversations happen organically, and really have an understanding as far as what's capable technically, and then because the thing is that we don't have to just use unlock protocol, you know, like but again, the easier that we can keep it and the easier that we can just have like a cookie cutter situation, the easier it will be for supporting and scaling out and having compound effects than trying to make it overly complicated. So I think that
That's
the
great.
easiest, go ahead, somebody.
No, I was going to say, yeah, that is a great idea to put on the list, and let's just see how it goes. As far as the fundraising ideas, I want to. There's one other thing. Oh, what's up?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say that if you Jason and Taylor and the rest of the community or team members wants to have a partnership with Whitehead DAO, we can take the responsibility of the NFTs, and that would give you royalties, 10% royalty blows they talked about. So we can help you with that, and so you get the money we collect, and there has to be a percentage sort of thingy. So let's just say you take 80%. Whitehead DAO takes 20%, something like that, and the royalty goes to you guys, maybe forever. I don't know. So if you guys want to do that, we can co-promote and do something like that. Don't know. Up to discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, we could definitely put something like that together. So there's one other thing on fundraising ideas, which is I don't know how anybody feels about saying it's free registration up till maybe a week before, and then maybe the week of it's, you know, $49 or $99, something that's reasonable. But one of the challenges we're going to run into is some of these platforms charge per person, and you've got different logistics and tiers and whatever. So if we're in BUIDL Week, which is the ETH Denver event that's going to be leading up to this, and if we end up getting a huge rush of influx the last minute, we're not ready for it. I'd be fine with saying, hey, the early bird pass is free, and then $49, $99 or something, and then a whale pass. I just want people to register early because it just makes all of our logistics a lot easier, and we don't have that much time. So they shouldn't, if you want something for free, I don't think you should be able to say, I'm going to wait until the last minute to decide if I can want it for free. That's kind of annoying to me.
Well, can we put that one kind of like on the details? Because I think having like a more detailed conversation as far as like the NFT component for the tickets itself is, I think that's probably a good just chunk of conversation itself. Because like, again, just thinking out loud here, the opportunity of having, you know, like several packages that we could have available, and then the community, whether it's the NFT community or whether it's the DAO community that is our partner community, can have a couple different options. What makes the most sense for them, whether it's a unlock protocol NFT or whether it's some other type of ABC XYZ NFT, and then what the value ladder can look like as far as having that, because I think that that might be something that we go ahead.
Hey, yeah, no, this is all good. Let's keep going. We got a lot more to cover.
All right. And then I started going down this build your team and assign responsibilities. I think that's something that we can have happen organically when the actions, and I mean, we've already got a solid representation here. Do we need, we need,
by the way, guys, I know some of you are already in I posted this event in Retoken, but if you're not already in the Token Summit Discord, please do that, because I'm trying to move this stuff out of Retoken and put it in Token Summit. And I'm not Discord friends with all of you, so I couldn't do the invite links. But if everybody can do that, just send me a DM if you send me a DM if you're not already in it, and I'll invite you at the end of this thing. But I'd like everybody that wants to participate in this, and so you start getting notified, and we'll do that.
No, that's probably a good opportunity for me here to really quickly show our Token Summit Discord, because I'm going to push. I think I've already followed.
D-Sign for setting this up and getting CAPTCHA and getting all that stuff installed, and OX Animal. I don't know if he's around, but really appreciate you guys putting some work into this thing and making sure we don't get spammed and all that.
Yeah, and there'll be an opportunity here coming up soon where because we're wanting to host a workshop as far as Discord, how to set up a Discord server for a DAO and bring some of these best practices forward. But where I was going to show here real quick, this is the announcement channel on the super fresh Token Summit DAO. And this is one of the things that I love about an announcements channel is a properly configured announcements channel. And you can tell if it's properly configured if it has this horn on it. And I'll show you how that this works here momentarily. So this is the details that I had for the working group that we're on right now. And this was something I just had on copy and paste. So what I'm going to do is go ahead. I did the announcement. And I didn't ping everybody because everybody's here. So, but what I was wanting to show you is share with your followers. So publish. And we've got this on the Retoken Discord over here in the Token Summit under the, where is it at over here, Tyler?
It's under announcements. If you
oh, right here, task
diplomacy.
force.
Oh, task
Task
force.
force. Yeah, so you can see I did, when I push that over here, the announcement in Discord automatically pops into here as well. So that's one of the cool features.
Yeah, Blur's just published the Discord in the event chat. So please, everybody, take a minute and just join that right now while you're thinking about it, so we can get everybody in there.
All right, so that was a little bit of a tangent. So going back here to the event planning guidebook, build your team and assign responsibilities. This is something that will be coming out through as far as the, I don't necessarily like having just a designated responsibility. I think that doing tasks on like the person that's going to own that particular task. But you know, go ahead.
Why don't we just change the assign responsibilities to just assign tasks, and assign, we're not your teacher. We're not going to give you guys homework. This is really just saying, if you want to step up, step up. If you don't, we'll figure it out. But this is not, don't wait for us to ask you to do stuff. Although don't get me wrong, I probably will start reaching out to some of you guys because there's so much to do. But as far as the event branding, some of this is just going to go along with the website, logo, themes, colors, all that. Again, agree with design. Let's just do it quick and dirty. The easiest we can do to make it look professional enough that I can start reaching out to sponsors. And again, I've got a lot of ideas ready to go. So if we can find a theme that works, I've got links, I've got copy I've started to write. I've got a lot of the stuff going, and yeah.
Yeah, and we'll be coordinating as far as with Notion, because we're wanting people to be able to contribute here in Notion too, to just make it most effective. So if that's something that you're wanting to do, reach out to Mrs. Yonks or myself so that we can get you the access so that we can most effectively work together. So plan the program. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because started doing this a little bit on our Notion space here a little bit. And we've got a pretty simple, like a 3-day virtual summit, and looking at having DAO Day be 2/22/22, and then NFT Day be the day before that, and then the social tokens, security tokens being on the 3rd day. And this is, of course, open for flipping around, but I thought that would be just a real easy dynamic as far as putting some high-level topics, and then we can go into more detail, like on each one of these pages. This is an opportunity for creating a timeline using this really cool Notion tool where we can start potentially playing around with some schedules and other stuff like that. Does anybody have any thoughts as far as like breaking this down into some more categorical sections for like NFT Day or DAO Day right now while we're on the event agenda?
I think, Jason, had we decided that we're going to do this all as pre-records and then string it together as lives, or are we going to try and do part of it live, or are we going to do some of it with I want to do audience Q&A, but I also know that it's going to be really challenging to get all these people together to show up on time and be live and not have any technical glitches.
I think that that's something that we can kind of just see what the pulse is as far as the speakers go, because, you know, the ability to potentially have more speakers in there and then like set it up where they can potentially come in and answer like a AMA or questions during a specific slice of time, I think is another opportunity too.
Yeah, the other thing that tokensummit.com did, which is an event that happened for several years in New York City and San Francisco live, I think the last time it was like 2018 or 19, was they did a discuss where you just commented your questions and then they just kind of did an AMA, like a kind of like a pre-done AMA where they picked the best questions and then had the speakers answer them during the panel. And it wasn't just an off the cuff AMA, but that's another possibility to get some audience engagement. This is a website that there are parts of it that I really like. Some of it I think is not. If you highlight over somebody's picture, Jason. So yeah, it like some of these people have Twitter and some of them have Twitter and LinkedIn. Some have LinkedIn only, and you have to actually highlight below their picture to get their name and then their bio, and you click on that. I just thought that was a little weird. I didn't actually realize that that name function was there the first 2 or 3 times I looked at this website, but this was a really successful event. They sold out and their passes were I think like $700 each, but it was live and it was in New York City, and so there's a lot of stuff on here that I really like. And DSign and White Hat, if you can take a look at this site and just see some of the tools that they had, how much of it's complicated and how much of it's just kind of just adding links in and whatever.
And I saw that White Hat had a question as far as the budget. Do we have a budget for website, or is it going to be contributed by team members? I think we definitely, and again, assuming that this passes, can utilize some of this budget. And that's where going back to the RFPs, because the ability for us to get a quick and dirty website online is definitely an immediate need, so that we can start putting some content behind this. And then also more importantly is, you know, set up a ticketed dynamic ourselves and you know, have that as an experience base for that while we're looking to potentially do a package for our partnered communities.
Something that I want to make sure that we have, and Jason put this on the list, is in the website, I want to start doing a sign up now for when tickets go live or something. And I don't know if that's, we need a wallet or an email address or both or whatever. I want to make sure that, I know some people don't like giving up their email addresses and some people don't care. And I don't know what the functionality is. If I just have your wallet, what information am I able to get to you? So
go ahead, White Hat.
Well, we can answer to Taylor's questions or thoughts. We can set up RSVP via Google Form. So Google Form has RSVP. So we can put a link up there, and every time people click on that, they'll take them to the Google Form and they'll have to fill it up.
Well, let's actually try to keep it in Notion, because we saw when we were doing this AMA for the ZK DAO at BitDAO, we saw where they had a really nice workflow. So I think that that's an opportunity. Have you seen that in place before, DSign, as far as like intake form that we can just keep within Notion?
Yeah, there's a plugin called notionforms.io that has you can just set up a table how you want the form to be laid out for you when it's filled out. And then the Notion Forms plugin just kind of reverse engineers your table and shows that to the user that you want all of their inputs from, and it generates a nice form for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. And they can't see the rest of our page. If we just give them that link, they don't have the ability to back into the rest of our stuff, right?
Correct. Yeah, because the link that you give them is actually through the Notion Forms website, and then Notion Forms doesn't have any backwards visibility on the rest of your Notion book either. It just has it on the whatever page you put it on.
And to be clear, everything that's on the Notion right now is publicly visible. So just use that with the, and if there's something that we need to have, especially like from a partnered communities conversation where that's not public, then that's something that we can have some side conversations and work on setting that up. Because I do want to be respectful of any conversations before the partnered community may be ready to make an announcement or something like that, so that we, can until all of those dynamics are ironed out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so D-Sign, if you could throw that plugin in there so we can start playing around with it, that'd be great. And then let's go back to the agenda, Jason.
Well, before I do that, I thought that there was something that you wanted to add as far as the task, and that's why I was on this task board here.
Well, I would be happy to put together a list of information that I think would be helpful. And again, if we can do email, or I don't know if I don't want to sort these things out. I don't want them in the same field, but I don't know if Notion Forms can let you say you have to enter either your email or your Discord name, or we just say, hey, if you want a notification, you have to give us your email, because I don't want to screw around trying to DM a bunch of people and then their DMs are closed and then whatever.
Oh, here's an opportunity that just showed up on my radar the other day that might provide this functionality: Ethereum push notification service.
So is that like text to wallet, or I mean, not text, but like notify to wallet?
Well, everybody can take this as an action item to read up on, but and this was something I think when literally did this proposal here showed up on my radar when I was checking out the tweet. And thank you, Blurs, for getting that knocked out. Works beautifully. So like on this snapshot proposal, whenever we created this, thanks to Blurs Day getting the hal.xyz plugin, it created a Discord notification and a tweet. And I just happened to see, and I think that it was on Snapshot Labs, that they were tweeting about this Ethereum push notifications service, which looks like that it just went live on Ethereum mainnet very recently here. And I think that they've been on the L2 chains. Does anybody have any experience using this?
Can you put that on our follow-up list, Jason, please?
Yeah, I'll just add this as a task here. Does somebody want to take this as an action item to research this and see if it makes sense for using? Well, if nobody else does, I will.
Maybe just post something in the Discord channel as well, Jason, just in case somebody's not here that wants, they could do it. But also, like, I don't want to commit to it, but I do. This is something I had planned to look into as well at some point. So like it may not be on the time frame that the DAO needs, but like I'm happy to. This is something I plan to investigate as well, is what I'm saying. So maybe if I have a chance, I'll sit down and look at in the next maybe tonight, maybe in the next couple of days. Anyway, just throwing that out there. If anybody, like, maybe we just start a thread on it, and like everybody who wants to like pitch in can kind of
absolutely. And I'll do the same thing over in the BitDAO Discord, because we've got an immediate action item to do some tools like Discord test server. This is probably outside of that scope, but we love looking at the tools here, and this sounds like a good opportunity to provide some notification, and just, especially since it's an event, like the opportunity for people to choose their own adventure here at this virtual summit. So like,
And
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I apologize. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep on.
No, I mean, and I was just thinking out loud here, because like, a 3-day event, it's obvious that people aren't going to necessarily want to or have the time to tune into all of the events. So the opportunity for us to make it easy for people to access the content, especially since we're looking at doing it in a free dynamic. So this would definitely be potentially a tool to notify people Web3 natively on events within our virtual summit that they are most interested in. And that could potentially provide some really valuable statistics, as well, as far as like, hey, we need to do more of this type of thing for our next virtual summit, maybe a little less of this.
As well as getting our name out there as well.
For sure. And yeah, because if it's one thing if we host the event and then like 20% of people to show up, but like with this type of a notification, that might increase it to a higher number. So that's a go ahead.
I just remembered the other thing I was going to put under kickback, under fundraising, was, I know Jason, are you guys all familiar with kickback events? Jason attended one 6 months ago or something, and it was the first time I'd heard of it. But basically, it's you RSVP by staking some amount of crypto or tokens or whatever, and then everybody that actually shows up splits the pot of all the RSVPs. So if 10 people RSVP and stake, and then only 5 of them show up, then everybody splits the whole 10 RSVPs. I think Jason went to a poker tournament. He came out plus 25% because of no-shows. So I don't know if that's something that we like the idea of. I thought it was pretty cool. And the best thing is that if you commit to something and then you show up, then it's free. Plus you'll always get a little bit more, because there's always going to be at least one no-show, if not more.
There's also like I've used that before, and like I was happy with it. There were some people that brought up privacy concerns though, because of the fact that it shares your wallet information or something like that.
Well, this is something that exactly. Again, I want to be respectful of people's privacy, and we can make it optional. Like with Jason, was that thing with that poker tournament, was that a mandatory kickback, or was it?
No, that was something you had to sign up for, and I don't know how that they handled on-site registrations, or if that was even an option.
Well, when we're talking about doing a free event, I really like the idea of some skin in the game. The last thing I want is to plan for 1,000 people and then 50 of them show up because it was free and they didn't care and there was no cost of not showing up.
I don't even know from a timeline standpoint if kickback events, and we can take this. Let me make this, because this is something that I was wanting to do anyway, was go through this process. And I think it's currently in an alpha or beta stage right now. But I'll add it as a new task here.
Again, just an idea. I'm sure we will get no shows, even for paid people. We will get no shows. I'm just trying to make this as valuable as possible.
I have another suggestion.
Sure.
I'm thinking that if you give them like a raffle draw ticket and have a prize for those that show up will be put in the raffle drawing, one winner every day, that should increase your attendance. I don't know how many, we are trying to invite everybody in this, that even newbies. And I don't know if they already have a wallet to even enjoy the staking part, the kickback part of it. But if you give them like a raffle ticket number or something that they could like put in the pot whenever they show up on the day of the event, then they get a chance to win something. That's
Well,
just a thought.
Just
You
to
can put-
expand, I think, sorry, go ahead. I was going to say we
I'm
could
done.
use POAPs, and like when somebody
There you
signs up,
go. Well,
when
we'll
somebody
issue
signs up,
POAPs anyway.
when somebody signs up, they get a POAP, and
That's a
then
good
at the
thing
end,
too.
at the
Yeah.
end, we could hold a drawing for everybody that holds that POAP. Yeah. So like I would
Amy,
say,
do you want to put out 24 POAPs for 8 hours a day times 3 days? All the POAPs.
Well, and hopefully we can have the DGen bot configured into however we're going to be facilitating this so that we can have like POAPs on a per segment basis. But
Yeah,
go
Julie
ahead.
had a good idea about leveraging sponsors. One of the things that the sponsors could issue POAPs, or we could do just the same way that we always put somebody else's brand on our POAPs. You could say like, this is Token Summit and Unlock, Token Summit and Anchor, Token Summit and whoever, Token Summit and White Hat DAO, Token Summit and whatever. We could brand all these things.
Well, yeah, and that I think is the real opportunity is just creating a free branded partnered community NFT like with Unlock Protocol, and then have it be a fancier NFT like on the value ladder for the replay rights. And that's something, having a solid playbook where we can, effectively pitch that. Again, I think that creating the pitch that we're talking about here would be kind of a no-brainer for the community to say no to, because we're talking about delivering a profit center, and done well, it's something that should be a profit center, but then also, be a huge value proposition for those that participate on free. So like for somebody here, like just visually walking through what this process would look like is we would create some type of a landing page for them where they would mint their event NFT, and then like participating in the whatever events that they want to choose your own adventure type of a deal. Then they would have the NFT for the virtual summit that would be, geared more towards whatever that partner community. And then like whatever event that they participated in that day, they would receive a POAP for that event, and then like having some type of raffle ticket like what Amy was talking about. And I don't know if we know of any solutions to deliver a raffle ticket dynamic, and this might be something going back to the budget that we want to carve out for a raffle ticket, where we can say, hey, this is like a value proposition here. Not only will it be a free event, but the participants that actually show up using this POAP dynamic could again potentially win some type of dynamic. So that's where we could also create a cooperatively agreed upon raffle there within whatever partner community that we choose to engage with.
well, I believe you can go to app.poap.raffle, and they already have them set up. You just have to contact them. I think that's if you go to just the POAP site and scroll all the way down to the bottom, it has the raffle link. That may not be the link.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. We'll figure that out. You want to take a look at that one, Amy?
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Oh, Jason, put this on our list. Put it as a drawing, not a raffle. I think there's some legal implications about raffle, but put it on as a drawing. And then also it says, I'll go back to that POAP site for a minute. Where it says POAP.vote, that could be really cool, saying, hey, who was your favorite speaker? Who was what was the most valuable, or who's the most entertaining? I mean, and that'd be kind of fun. We could offer like a prize POAP to different of our speakers, or different like the DAO that recruited the most members or whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of ways we could have some fun with it.
Love it. And I'm going to just put under the event branding, explore all the POAP opportunities.
I can't find the link to raffles anymore, but they, I know they do them. If I don't know if anybody's noticed, but they've been making a lot of changes the way they are doing POAPs now.
Yes, they
there's
made a
been
lot of
some-
POAP farmers very sad.
Yeah, they've made a lot of announcements in their Discord. So if anybody needs to get up to speed, they can check out kind of the announcements channel of POAP's Discord. But they've been doing some things very differently as far as minting. And so, yeah, I think that if we wanted to do a raffle, we just need to reach out to them. I think Discord would be an easy way. But yeah, they are doing all that kind of manually at this point, I think.
Oh, Julie had a good idea about leveraging Mighty Networks. If we're still going to utilize them, they've got a go live option. Julie, I've actually never used that before. I don't know if you've had any experience with it, or we've just gotten so slammed. I've been a little embarrassingly neglectful of Mighty Networks, but I know you've been active. Amy, there's been I think Andrea, I haven't seen her in a little while, but there's been several of you guys that have been using it. So Jason, can you put that on the list to look into a Mighty Networks affiliation, or I don't know what the right word is, but something to research. Julie, do you want to take that as an action item? Okay, cool. Jason, can you assign research Mighty Networks with to Julie?
Yep, I'm just adding this task right now. Research if Mighty Networks. And the goal here too, with whatever we're looking at, is to make it a cookie cutter as much as possible, because the easier that we can make this for developing a solution for partner communities, because again, the simpler the better as far as just really something cookie cutter.
Hey, Jason, can you check out that task that I just made that says formulate packages to offer to partners?
Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah. So it's kind of my thoughts on where we could start off with this is offering, for a certain amount of money or a governance token or something, we can make a landing page on our WordPress where their users can buy their unlock membership NFT. We can use Collabland with that NFT to set up a set of Discord channels on our server where their fans can congregate and talk about the events. They can find the event replays, and we can host those event replays as private links on like Vimeo or YouTube. And then we can also offer them a set of POAPs for all of their attendees as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Love it.
Yeah, and just the more that we can just make it like a couple different options where it's kind of like they can check the box, and then like each checkbox might be one line item in that package, to just make it like real simple for them. And the simpler that we make this for ourselves as far as putting a package together and then deploying that in a cookie cutter manner, whether it's like and I don't know if anybody's taken that as far as the themes, but like the WordPress multi-site is a very easy technical capability. So it'd be like project A dot token summit DAO or whatever, tokensummit.xyz, or project C dot token summit, and then it could be like where we could have that again done for you solution, and then they would just send their community to that, and then they would benefit from the affiliate type of dynamic, however that we agree to as far as within the partnered community offering that we do for our agreement, whatever that looks like. But yeah, love the thoughts there, D-Sign. That's exactly what I was having in mind as far as again, just putting some parameters together and making this as easy as possible for them to, create this fun event for the entire Web3 communities.
D-Sign, how challenging would this be to put that in as a package of sponsorship? So again, when I'm showing people a Web2 website and saying, hey, here's a package you can sign up for, like look at all these benefits, and then maybe do 3 tiers of saying, here's number one, here's number two, and package A plus this, package B plus A plus B, and then just do that.
Yeah, I want to take a look at the WordPress tonight and see how much of that we can get set up tonight. Both these initial things that you're talking about, but also getting it set up so that you can start adding content to it, all the stuff that you've been drafting up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And thanks for the mad scramble on that. I know you got 100 other things, so we really appreciate you on that.
Yeah, I think if we can get this going tonight, that would be awesome.
I just want you to know I'm proud of everyone here who's really making this move forward. I really appreciate the hard work.
Yeah, we're gonna kill it. Amy, you're gonna get probably like 30 or 40 or 50 props out of this. Should know that.
Say that again.
I feel like with all the planning meetings and then actually attending this thing, I think you're gonna end up with like 30 or 40 or 50 PO apps. I just want to throw that out there.
I can do it. Don't worry.
I love it. Okay, Jason, could you go back to the list, please?
I think this is the one. Is this the one that you're talking about here?
The list from radiation, the kind of the master list.
I think also if they fill up a comment at the end of each room that they attended, that should give us a feedback on what they're looking for, or what they wanted to change or add in the future. Because that's always in every seminar I attended to, they're always having that comment page that they ask everyone to fill out at the end.
Yeah, I really like that idea. And also that could be another thing that we could use as a prize of saying tweet at this person and hashtag this thing during the live stream for prizes, or and then we could also do like a private feedback form.
So I was just going down the list here. Determine the tools, and this is. Did you have anything compiled on this already, Tyler?
Well, determine the tools. I was thinking through a couple things in research. One was there are a dozen major and probably 100 more minor things. Since we're not planning on having tons and tons of people on stage at the same time, Zoom might actually be fine if we're doing Zoom to a private YouTube link, and that is not going to be nearly as sexy or complicated as something with Unlock Protocol, but that'd be the easiest. Hopin.com. I think, Amy, that's the one that you had mentioned was one that had worked for you, where they had kind of the virtual networking in some of the private rooms and stuff. There are a bunch of these tools out there and the faster we can pick which one, because the big thing with Hopin that I liked was that they say they're set up for events from like 25 people up to 100,000. I mean, they can scale as big as we can scale. They can do breakout rooms. Yeah, so I don't know if any of you guys have had experiences with this. Amy, do you know who was Hopin on the back end of who your virtual conference was that you went to?
Oh, you're talking about the metaverse one? It's under Prawley Real Estate, I think. I was invited to join, and so I went in, and it was really neat. I was wondering if we can make that as our finale, not really do it on the first 2 days, but have a class, on the last day or something that they can experience the metaverse. I don't know. It's all up to you guys.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
Poopster just put forward gather.town.
Check out what I posted. It's a way that a lot of people, that some people are using for like meetings and community calls now. It's like 2D, so it's like kind of metaversey, but people seem to enjoy it.
We'll check it out here. And this is something too that I would encourage everybody to kind of like take here and kind of do your own research and bring back as far as like what your thoughts are, because we value everybody's input. And the opportunity, we definitely need to decide on what tool that we're going to execute. And one thing that we need to be thinking about is our ability to do token gating for this, because that's the big value ladder that we're creating here, is token gating the replay for the people that purchase the replay rights via whatever value ladder that we're talking about. And like, I don't know if I spoke too much about this, but like we're already putting forward the need to do like maybe 6/22/22 in June, and then maybe 10/22/22 in October. I really like those dates. And that's, we were talking about having this 3 times. So like the potential opportunity for whoever gets the replay, that could also be their, some type of bonus deal for the next summit. So just be thinking of those types of ideas. And I think the opportunity to have lots of fun with this. So going back to the determine the tools conversation, we've got hopin.com in here and gather.town. Are there any others that we want to really shortlist for doing a deeper dive on? And this is something that we'll do on our own between now and our next working group.
Well, just Zoom. I mean, Zoom is capable of doing that. And when that thing that we went to on Crowd Create, Jason, that I think that was just Zoom. So I know that one of the things that Zoom has been such a market leader that kind of everybody is saying, here's why you should use us instead of them. But
don't Microsoft have one too? I think that's what my son uses in school.
We've only got 20 minutes. We've got 3 here, and if some more come up on your radar between now, this is again something that I'm going to encourage everybody to do some research on between now and our next working group, and bring forward what your thoughts are on this. But let's keep, we've got a lot of ground to cover, and we've only got 20 minutes left, and I want to be respectful of everybody's time here on Sunday. We're already planning, at least D-Sign and myself, to come back later to see what we can hack together for our WordPress on tokensummit.xyz, because the sooner that we can get that online and then like really put some initial things forward, the better that will position like, hey, we're serious and this is a real project here.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Tyler.
I was going to say, okay, so confirm sponsors. That's again going to be as soon as we do that. You can just put that in there, and then we can come back to that. That's probably for next time. Create marketing and promotional plan. This is I would put this in combination with the affiliate program. Which DAOs do we want to partner with? Who has big communities that are in line with the values that we have? I don't want to just have any rando with a big community. I really want to be people that we know we trust, they have good reputation. And I don't want to just pick anybody to partner with.
I think once you need to find out how much money do you want to raise, then you would know how many people you need to approach.
Well, from an affiliate standpoint, this is, since we're planning on giving away up to 80% of the revenue, to some degree, we'd have to approach 5 times as many, or we'd have to sell 5 times as many people as we wanted to raise, because we're
giving away 80%, or we keep 80%.
No,
the partner.
Did I misunderstood that?
No,
yeah,
and that's the big value proposition here, is that this will be a true win for those communities, is that they will be receiving the majority of the proceeds that are generated through their own community. So like we create, for example, a retoken like retoken.tokensummit.xyz, for example, and then like retoken any upsells that are done through retoken will go into retoken 80%, and then the other 20% will go to Token Summit and Triple Win Foundation, and then that's where we can potentially, you know, tweak that from an affiliate marketing standpoint if we want to, say, reward whoever facilitates that conversation.
That isn't
Oh,
set
I
in
thought
stone.
we were giving away 80%. I was like, okay.
We are.
We are.
One of the things that's not set in stone. We could do 50-50, or if you're a sponsor, you get 80-20 or whatever. I don't know if it really makes that much of a difference. People are either going to be excited about this or they aren't. I don't want to shortchange the DAO by doing tons of work, giving away all the profits, and then getting stuck with a bill on the back end. So.
Well, and I think that that's the big value proposition of this is if we're diligent as far as putting the right tools together, the costs should be fairly low for delivering this solution. At least that's my expectation. And, you know, that's the, when we've gone through this. Go ahead.
I think in that case, if this is a monetizing part of our efforts, we need to award the people that worked on it, like us. You need to put us in a budget, and then
that's to be absolutely the expectation is that we will have a budget. Like besides the proceeds from this, I believe that this is an opportunity that we can get grant proceeds. So like, and that's
let's keep going. Let's just put on there. Marketing and promotion / affiliates TBD. Amy, I agree with you. People are putting in a bunch of work for this. I do want people to get paid, and we need this project needs to pay for itself plus be profitable. I don't want this thing to go into the red. So on defining measurements, sorry, the baby's really upset. On defining measurements, a lot of this is going to be, we need to have some metrics involved with this thing so we know what's working.
And I'm going to upload this file here too. Let's see. Let me just put it in. Might have to download it and then upload it here.
And Jason, Julie had a good point about Typeform. That's something that a lot of DAOs use. It's up there with Google Forms, and I think it sounds like Notion.forms or whatever that website was is going to potentially do something similar. But if it doesn't, then Typeform is a great other choice on that alternative.
Yeah, and the more that we can keep the workflow in Notion, I think the easier it'll be, whether we can incorporate Typeform. But I've already seen some pretty great work form or forms natively within Notion where we can just create that and have that information all again natively here within Notion. So it'll be easier to use that for potentially future events as well. So I was just going to upload this PDF document here real quick so that everybody has
a really great document. I would encourage you guys all to look through it. Again, it was designed for obviously a real life event. So things like pick a caterer and whatever, like a lot of stuff's not applicable. But a lot of this is really good. I'm feeling so confident that the faster we can bang through this list, plus a few things that aren't on the list, like unlock protocol and stuff, we're going to be able to deliver this thing on time.
For sure. Well, we've got 10 minutes here. I think that we've done a good job capturing some of these and as far as some of the immediate action items that we have. And we're going to be creating a calendar here similarly, because that's something that Mrs. Yonks and I have gotten a lot of value on. So we'll create a Token Summit Google Calendar to make it easier for ourselves. And if anybody wants to subscribe, and really we're going to be moving all the event functionality over from Retoken over here to Token Summit. And then hopefully everybody has voted on this that is a Retoken holder, so that we can move that process along. And I set the expiration or the window of voting so that we'll talk about this on the upcoming community call. But go ahead, Tyler.
By the way, on the I just copied and pasted this event in Retoken. I think I said you guys are all going to get Retoken for it, but we wanted to switch this over to, and I don't think that we've got our social token set up yet, and but I think we're going to start paying everybody on this project in those tokens instead of in Retoken. So you're still gonna get tokens. They're just gonna be different tokens. And since
and we haven't had tokenomics conversations yet. And the biggest thing too is that we're wanting to create a mechanism here within budget where, besides just some social token that may or may not be worth anything with Token Summit, that we'll have a budget where we can participate in, and then also the opportunity to do through the affiliate mechanism, because that's definitely something that we're wanting to leverage the connections that we have within the space to amplify the opportunities in the short period of time through an affiliate marketing strategy. So we're definitely wanting to create a dynamic here where everybody that helps build this Token Summit and deliver in a very short period of time where we can create a sustainable framework. But I'm going to stop talking. I'd love to hear some final thoughts from everybody else, excitement or whatever that you've got to bring us to a close here for our very first Token Summit DAO working group.
Well, thanks, White Hat. We just saw that you had to go. Thanks for all your contributions. We appreciate you as always. So sorry this meeting was super early. Wanted to say real quick, since is everybody available this coming Tuesday here in 2 days, 7 p.m. Eastern for a follow-up working group? We're going to be back in marathon mode to plow through the end of this thing. Can everybody do their action items and get that done? And then we'll come back into the next chunk of the checklist here on Tuesday.
Yeah, if you can post, the list that you needed done, we can all pitch in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's in Notion, and if you don't have access to the Notion, we'll get you access to it.
Yeah, just include me. And I also want to remind everybody about your coordinate. I took the time to do it before the meeting, and it says there you have 6 more hours to vote or whatever to designate your gives.
Yes, thank you for that reminder. That's great. So everybody make sure you do that. And then we're going to need to set up another coordinate for this project. But do we want to do that, Jason, or do we want to just have everybody do it on? How do we want to?
We'll figure out the coordinate stuff here on our next working group for Token Summit DAO, because definitely wanting to create a framework here, and then we'll take the tokenomics conversations offline a little bit too, and I think that there's maybe even an opportunity to have a designated conversation specifically about the tokenomics, because we would like to get a legal entity in place and having some type of token to represent some initial governance here so that we can, move forward and utilize a governance frame, get that in place, and just, build this all here together and have multiple things running in tandem and use some new tools and have fun. That's the big thing.
Is Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern good for everybody? I know we had a couple drop-offs. I think that tends to work out a little bit better for White Hat since he is on the other side of the world, and that's not quite as early in the morning for him. Shouldn't be too late for Blurs. He's usually good until about 8 p.m. How does that work out for 7 p.m. Eastern Tuesday? Good. Julie's good. Amy, you good? Jay-Z?
I'm good. Anytime I'm good. So just let me know when.
All right, cool. I went ahead and threw that on the Retoken Google Calendar. I'm going to do the event in the Token Summit DAO Discord, and then we're just gonna start moving everything over there. Or Jason, did you want me to put something on the Token Summit calendar? Do we have a Google Calendar set up for that yet?
Well, we'll take that. We'll take that offline. I put that as a action item. Most of this stuff occurred in the event planning guidebook, and then utilizing this tasks in Notion here. So looking forward to get some more operational experience here with Token Summit, with Notion for Token Summit DAO, and we'll be having more conversations as far as using this Notion tool to get all the things done here at Token Summit, because we do have the days are ticking and there's only a few weeks till International DAO Day on 2/22/22. But very excited as far as working with you all and the opportunity to truly create a fun but profitable and accessible. That's the most important thing, I think, is that this will be very accessible for people to participate in. So looking forward to having all the fun and doing all the events in a short period of time here.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Okay, well,
Any final thoughts before we call it a wrap? I'm going to do the visual countdown, and if you've got any, chime in. Otherwise, we will bring it to a wrap here on Sunday. Thanks for everybody for hanging out with us.
Good night.
thanks, everybody.